The silent morning. It was 5 a.m. The entire city was asleep. The streets were empty. Cold air moved quietly through the darkness, while the first light of sunrise slowly touched the sky. A young man sat alone in his room. His phone was lying beside him, but for the first time in years, he didn't touch it. He simply stared out the window in silence. His life had been full of noise. People's opinions, criticism, failures, pressure, fear. Every small thing used to bother him. Every word hurt him. Every problem felt like the end of the world. But one day, he discovered Stoic philosophy. And that morning, he decided to change his life forever.
First habit, begin the day in silence. He slowly stood up. No music, no scrolling, no distractions. Just silence. He sat in the corner of his room and focused only on his breathing. The first few minutes were difficult. Thousands of thoughts attacked his mind. What if I fail? What do people think about me? What if everything goes wrong? But then, something changed. For the first time, he realized the real enemy was not the world. It was his uncontrolled mind. The Stoics believed a man who controls his mind cannot be controlled by the world. At that moment, he understood something powerful. Silence was not weakness. Silence was strength.
Second habit, accept what you cannot control. A few days later, something terrible happened. He made a huge mistake at work. The old version of him would have exploded with anger. He would blame others, panic, and lose control. But this time, he stayed calm. He took a deep breath and quietly said, "This situation is not fully under my control, but my reaction is." That single sentence changed everything. Because Stoicism teaches, you cannot control external events, but you can control yourself. Rain will come. People will leave. Life will become difficult. But a Stoic mind remains steady through every storm. That day, he felt inner peace for the very first time. Third habit, speak less, observe more. He used to argue with everyone. Every insult needed a response. Every disagreement became a battle. But slowly, he started changing. One day, someone publicly insulted him. Everyone expected him to react, but he simply smiled, stayed silent, and walked away. The room became quiet. People were shocked. That night, while standing in front of the mirror, he whispered to himself, "Not every battle deserves my energy." And in that moment, he realized real power is calmness under pressure. Fourth habit, make yourself strong every day. His life slowly transformed. He started waking up early. He took cold showers. He did difficult tasks first. He stopped running away from discomfort. Because Stoicism teaches, comfort creates weakness. Hardship creates strength. Day by day, his fear started disappearing. He no longer feared failure. He no longer feared rejection. He no longer feared loneliness. Because he was becoming mentally stronger. And when the mind becomes strong, the world loses its power over you. Fifth habit, Judge yourself every night. Late at night, the city became silent once again. He sat alone in darkness with a notebook in his hand. And every night, he asked himself 3 questions. Where did I lose control today? Where did I allow anger to win? How can I become better tomorrow? Those small moments of self-reflection changed his entire life. Because instead of blaming the world, he started improving himself. And that is the true path of a Stoic. The world didn't change. He did. Months passed. The same city, the same people, the same problems. But one thing was completely different. Him. People still criticized him. Life was still difficult. Problems still came without warning. But now, nothing controlled his emotions anymore. Storms came into his life, yet he remained calm. Because he finally understood. Peace is not found outside. Peace is created within.
The final lesson. One quiet morning, he stood watching the sunrise. The cold wind touched his face. And for the first time in his life, he felt free. He softly said to himself, I cannot control everything that happens to me, but I can control who I become because of it. And that is the true power of Stoicism. No noise, no anger, no fear. Only calmness, only discipline, only control over the self. Stop chasing people. One afternoon, he sat alone in a crowded cafe. People around him laughed, talked, and chased attention. Everyone wanted approval. Everyone wanted to be seen. He looked at his phone. No messages, no notifications, no one checking on him. Months ago, this would have destroyed him. He used to beg for attention. He used to feel lonely when people ignored him. But now, he calmly placed the phone back on the table and smiled. Because Stoicism had taught him something dangerous. The man who needs nothing becomes impossible to control. For the first time in his life, he stopped chasing people. And strangely, that was the moment he finally found peace. Discipline over feelings. Rain poured heavily outside. It was cold, dark, uncomfortable. Every part of him wanted to stay in bed. But he remembered a Stoic lesson. Your feelings do not decide your future. Your discipline does. So he stood up anyway. He trained his body. He worked in silence. He kept moving even when motivation disappeared. Because he understood something most people never learn. Weak people act based on emotions. Strong people act based on purpose. That morning, while the world searched for comfort, he was building strength. Learning to walk alone. As he changed, people slowly drifted away. Some called him cold. Some said he had changed too much. Others stopped understanding him completely. At first, it hurt. But then one night, while walking alone under the streetlights, he realized not everyone is meant to stay in your life forever. Some people enter your life to teach you lessons, not loyalty. And a Stoic accepts this without bitterness. So instead of begging people to stay,
he learned to enjoy his own company. That was the night loneliness stopped feeling like punishment and started feeling like freedom.
Control your anger before it controls you. One day, someone insulted him in front of everyone. The old version of him would have exploded instantly. But now, he stayed silent. His heartbeat became faster. His fists tightened. But deep inside, he repeated one sentence. Anger is temporary. Regret lasts forever. A few seconds later, the anger faded away, and he realized something powerful. The strongest man is not the loudest one. The strongest man is the one who remains calm when everyone expects rage. That day, he won a battle nobody else could see. The battle against himself.
Nothing lasts forever. One evening, he watched the sunset alone from a rooftop. The sky slowly turned orange and dark blue, and suddenly he thought about life. Pain fades. Success fades. People leave. Time moves forward no matter what. Everything in life is temporary. And strangely, instead of making him sad, this gave him peace. Because if pain is temporary, then suffering does not deserve permanent fear. Stoicism taught him to enjoy moments without becoming attached to them, to appreciate life without desperately trying to control it. Become untouchable mentally. Months later, people started noticing something different about him. Problems no longer broke him. Insults no longer affected him. Pressure no longer controlled him. There was a calmness in his eyes that frightened weak minds. Because while others reacted emotionally to everything, he had mastered himself. He no longer needed revenge. He no longer needed validation. He no longer needed to prove anything. And that is when a person becomes truly dangerous. Not dangerous because of anger, but dangerous because nothing can shake their peace anymore.
Every morning, the world will test you. People will disrespect you. Life will challenge you. Fear will whisper into your mind. But if you follow these Stoic habits daily, you will slowly become someone different. Someone calm in chaos. Someone fearless under pressure. Someone powerful without speaking loudly. Because true strength is not shown through anger. True strength is shown through control. And once you master yourself, nothing in this world will ever control you again.